All right, here we go again. Okay, so hello everybody. My name is Sablama, aka Agatu slash Emisium, and apologies for the rather some quite a few minutes of delays. I just tried to sort out some personal stuff real quick, and everyone's just interrupting me left and right, and I'm fucking irritated, to say the least. But hey, at least we got this one on air, so. Still, you can still expect a lot of disconnects due to quick sync, but it's not like it's a bit worse than what appears on the previous PC. Like I said, this is a 12-core i5. Image just made a bargain out of it, so we can expect smoother frame rate, even though it's 30 FPS for this time. 30 FPS is really good for someone like me for a bit of a moment because I can expect how smooth it is. But when we crank it to 60 FPS, we know exactly what will be like as time goes by. So, anyways, we're back with asmr reading, and just before we begin, just before we continue, Christ, or just before we continue the asmr reading thing, let me give you a little bit of a tell you that I if you guys saw the notification here, at ASMR on YouTube will be launched after the conclusion of the story that we're about to take. And of course, this will be the very first story that I'll be recording yet again, but on a VOD format. Which means it'll be on an episodic format, which is per episode. So, I have all the necessities needed to essentially make this one a reality. So I have another channel that just used to be the dedicated VTuber account for the meantime. But since my main account is essentially a mixed account filled with XBV VODs, VTuber VODs, and whatnot. So yeah, that's all there is. Anyway, I'm gonna have to get to live mods real quick here. Stand by. I gotta go launch Discord here. There we go. There we go. Okay, we got the Discord up and running, so yeah. Anyway, let's continue the asmr reading thing. Again, again, at ASMR will be launched as soon as we're done with this asmr reading live series thing. So we can still expect more from our plate here, and of course, Up Guys ASMR as we just saw here. But hey, I'm just gonna be using that for this live session. Afterwards, on that episodic series, in terms of the story, we'll be using the It's a bit buffering over here. I don't know why. I'm still lurking on Discord, so. Alright, it seems that the background has fully dissipated, and again, just for those who are lurking, ASMR reading via at ASMR on YouTube will be launched after this live session series of ASMR readings things. So I'm gonna be using the Okasan ASMR Okasan Void moving forward, which is this thing. Hey, as you can see, it's very cute. I like it. I like it too much. But we're not gonna be using that for the meantime. We're gonna be using the Kaiser Void, which will be debuting on the third series, on the third yearly edition of Kaiser event, happening on this channel on July 2024. So yeah, fingers crossed, we're gonna have to deal with that. Anyway, with all that said, let's go ahead and continue with the ship, which is ASMR reading, and we're gonna be continuing with chapter 17 of after the Villainess failed to overthrow the gods. I have some kind of like an end second here, so bear with me for a bit. Anyways, after the Villainess failed to overthrow the gods, is still on the list, and we are on chapter 17 out of chapter 28, which is chapter 27 is the epilogue. Chapter 28 is Tales of the Gods. So pretty excited to finish this one here in 3 chapters as per normal. So again, I still have my throat sorted out, so my apologies for the random coughs every now and then. So hopefully this seems to have fixed. So oh my gosh, it's a bit hot in here. I'm kind of sweaty now, but maybe that might be a good idea after all. So anyway, let's continue with the ASMR reading. Chapter 17. Let's begin. Okay. Like Christ. Okay, like really, for real this time. Let's begin this. Archer standing behind me, offering me his hand. As expected, Archer was really the god of order, more accurately the puppet of the god of order. But only held a very small portion of a god's power and soul. I got to fight him, I told myself, which is a piece of the dagger that killed the god of light. Could even injure the god of order's soul. I resumed slicing the wood with the pendant in my right hand. Hiding my left hand with my body, I slipped the dagger I hit up with my sleeve to my left palm. I hid the dagger with me from the start, inside a charmed box. With just a bit of hypnotic power with my new eyes, I hid the dagger from the beast's view. After my escape from the beast's town, I taking out the dagger from its charmed box. I squeezed the dagger in my hand. I just had to pierce him like many times before. It's simple. Go, Lorelei, go. I had to do it for my escape. Archer repeated with his gentle voice. Let's go home. Without thinking, I retorted with anger had sputtered out from deep inside me. It's not my home. It's never my home. I lost my home thousands of years ago. Taking a deep breath to calm myself, I turned around and faced him again, hand attacking the folds of my dress and plastered my usual smile on my face. What would other gods say when they know the perfect god of order lost his prisoner? I chuckled like a lunatic. I told you not to be so full of yourself. Let's just go home, he repeated again firmly and gently. When did you recognize me? I asked as I touched my face, tainting my new body's face with blood from my wounded hand. I even changed my body. I walked towards Archer and placed my hand in his. I leaned forward and whispered in his ear, Do you miss me? I was met with silence many times before. You like my new voice? I giggled. With this voice I can finally sing. You want me to hear me sing? I looked at him through my eyelashes. I whispered, Do you know how hard it has been these 3,000 years? My voice is my life to me. And it's all your fault. I shouted towards the end and became hysterical. Hatred I never knew deep inside my heart kept pouring out like deep, dark ink pouring out from a shattered glass bottle. I pulled out the dagger from behind me and plunged into the chest of Archer. It happened so quickly, I did not even have the time to regret. After so many times, I finally felt the satisfaction of piecing a dagger into flesh. Laughing manically, I escaped. I cried. I escaped. I told you not to be so full of yourself. I escaped. Yet didn't uphold your side. I promised first I would not let you hold me down. Tears seemed to be flowing down my cheeks. Why was I crying? I should be happy. I escaped. I killed the puppet of the god of water. Now all I had to do was to break the ward with the pendant and escaped before the real god of water came. I shouldn't waste any more time. I turned around and ran towards the edge of the forest, leaving Arch and his soulless body behind. I took out the pendant and resumed smacking it at the ward. Once. Twice. Thrice. No matter how many times I had to do this, I had to break this ward. I have to escape. This is my only chance to freedom. Tears slid down my face. Blood dripped down from my palm to the floor. At last the pendant shattered into a million pieces in my hand, and a small hole was formed on the ward. A small hole was enough, as long as my soul could pass through. I detached myself from the body I occupied and slipped my soul through the hole. Freedom! As soon as my soul passed through the hole, searing pain shot to my soul. Cracks began to form in my once translucent soul. I smiled bitterly. I was just a bit away from freedom when I was pulled back. Someone was holding me back. I turned around just to find the god of order standing behind me. His hand circling my wrist, chaining me down. You know, he stated calmly, you know you'll be dead as soon as you leave the forest. Of course I do. I smiled whitely, even the voice of my soul was as coarse as an old crook. The gods put a curse on my soul too. Do you think I could not feel it? He sighed softly like he always did, like he could not figure what he had to do with the spoiled child in his hand.
Let's go home. No, I said firmly. It's not my home. Just let me pass through the wall. You have one less thing to deal with. I'm heading to freedom. You are too. I'm freeing the two of us. My smile turned sly. You didn't want other gods to call you out for failing your mission. Well, who asked you not to uphold your end of promise? And failing as a warden. Don't worry, they'll all forget your mistakes sooner or later, I giggled. Now let go of me. Let's go home, he repeated stubbornly and pulled me closer to him. Until at last, he was embracing me. I tried to resist, but instead deep intense pain jolted to my soul. There's one thing that you might not know, he said softly, but his upcoming words shattered me to a million pieces. It's me who put the spell on your soul, linking my soul to yours. I can locate your soul no matter where you go. These shocking words finally stopped me from struggling. Oh my god. We had to break for a moment there. That was so good, man. And it was uninterrupted too. I feel so accomplished. For the very first time ever, there were no interruptions either. God. Excuse me. That's not the time for rejoicing. We need to continue with the second chapter, and then maybe the third one, as we had on last week. Hopefully. Okay, let's continue. Chapter 18. What's the author's note? Another next chapter. I like XDC next time. Okay. I just had to go to the bottom to check out the author's notes because we're gonna be very immersive or whatever the hell that is. So, hold on. Okay, so I think my voice did come up pretty nicely. That is great. Now, okay, and also it had to do that for another 30 minutes. Legendary Rekka, thank you so much. That really means a lot to me. And also thank you for the lurk. I really did appreciate it. Hope you had this kind of a thing going on in the background here, with me kind of like trying to do female voice once in a while. So again, Aga ASMR on YouTube will be launching after this whole live series. Because I'm gonna be using my Okasa model. Maybe I'm gonna be using the Kaisa model for that particular sort, but maybe next time. Okay, chapter 18, let's go. I just had to adjust for a bit. Alright, chapter 18, let's go. Memories were blurry of the time after the gods had captured me. I blamed that partly on the shock of seeing the dead ponies of my family and partly on the tortures the gods put me through. Even though my memories were blurry and incomplete, I was sure the God of Order was never responsible for the massacre of my family, nor my torture. Because he appeared just as the gods decided to stop the torture and kill me. He was furious at that time. He believed that the acts of the gods were against order, not honorable. He was never a supporter of starting the wars to occupy the beast's lands. Even I, as a member of the beast, heard of that. He believed the killing of my family as against order. We did not deserve such a punishment. But everything was moot. His arrival was too late. The other gods had been surprised. He could arrive so quickly, as the god of darkness said. He would do everything to stop the god of order from intervening. I guess they They should have not believed in the god of darkness to begin with. After much debate, it has been decided that he could leave my life alone. I just had to be imprisoned, and the god of order offered to do the job. I just never knew not only did he act as my warden, he also placed a spell on my soul. A spell that was set into motion to destroy my soul as soon as I set foot outside of the forest. Or maybe kill me with a thought too. I started laughing manically. So you're not different from the other gods. You can kill me anytime you want. Why didn't you do that? The spell is just acting as safeguard to the other gods. If you don't go out of the forest, it would never come into effect. The god of war just said calmly. Let's go home. His hold over my wrist increased. Just like before, tingling pain appeared as he touched my soul. You're not so different as the gods who tortured me, I giggled. You think you're better than them? You're wrong. You're just their accomplice. The lines between his brows appeared again. Don't compare me to them. You are their accomplice. They wanted to kill me then and there. You just decided to delay it. If I'm a good girl, I can live on like your pet. You can just kill me off when you can't stand me anymore. What a nice act. You get your nice and merciful name. The other members of the beasts must have thanked you, even reverenced you. You are not my pet. I never planned on set that spell into action. He was annoyed. His ever-calm voice was no longer that calm. When you escaped, I didn't destroy your soul then and there, did I? I can't escape, I snorted. You have a strong wall surrounding the forest. I just escaped from a smaller prison into a larger prison. To you, we're just playing another one of your cat and mouse game. Do you have fun toying with me? Watching me being betrayed by my own species? He sighed again. Then why did I stop you from leaving the forest? I could have just stood by when you tried to kill yourself. You just want to act impossible. You know how many rules you have broken this time. He raised his voice. You won't say a word if I really kill you. But I didn't. Let's go home, Lorelei. Your soul cannot stand to leave your own body for a longer period of time. He waved his hand and the leather bag Arch has been holding all along appeared in his hand. When he opened the bag, a glass casket filled with water appeared on the ground. Inside the glass coffin, it's my body. The group of mortals who had scattered onto the deep woods when we started our fight cried, "It's a mermaid!" It seemed like they'd never escaped far to begin with. That's when I realized my soul formed hard legs instead of tail. The dress my soul was wearing had been the dress I wore the day I had hypnotized Rachel to kill her lover. The day my family had died. My soul had also been frozen in time. So you had been lugging my body around like a psychopath, I chuckled. And stop calling me a mermaid, you mortals, I asked. I snickered. I turned to look at the god of order. You want me to go? Let's go back a few lines. So you had been lugging my body around like a psychopath, I chuckled. And stop calling me a mermaid, you mortals, I snickered. I turned to look at the god of order. Do you want me to go back into my body? I smiled daringly. What if I don't want to? He rubbed his temple with his fingers. It's not the time to throw a tantrum. The clock is ticking. Okay. Well then, try me. Try me. My smile widened. He sighed. It's going to be painful. Without waiting for me to respond, he grabbed my hand and forcibly pushed my soul in the direction of my body. It had never crossed my mind he would do this. Why hadn't I thought of this? It's the most direct and simple way. Maybe because he never forced me to do anything I did not want to. Maybe he usually spent some time to talk sense into me when I threw a tantrum. As soon as my soul entered my body, I screamed in pain. Millions of needles seemed to stab into me all at once. This annoying god of order, he knew it's going to be 10 times more painful if a soul was forcefully pushed into her own body than when a soul willingly returned to her body. Do you know how painful it is? You want to kill me? Do you know how painful it is? You want to kill me? I shouted as soon as I regained consciousness. I gave you the choice to return to your body on your own, but you refused. He smiled calmly as he caressed my head gently. Let's go home, Lorelei. I refused to answer him as I flicked my tail in annoyance. I turned around to find a group of mortals still staring at us. Don't you find yourself contradictory? You want to live, but at the same time the way you choose to achieve this is to kill yourself. I stayed silent. He's not wrong. I was contradictory. I wanted freedom. I wanted to live. But what I was doing was trying to kill myself in the process. When my plans failed, I wasn't really that sad. Sometimes I was even grateful that they had failed, because if I lost my life, it's really the end. I knew deep down I kept doing dangerous, risky things without even an ounce of care. It was because I trusted the God of Order to stop me in the last minute. I was dejected after realizing that I trusted and relied on the God of Order more than I had thought. I felt like betraying my family members. The God of Order must have noticed my dejection. He continued patting my head gently as he told those mortals, I'll fulfill your wish in exchange of your memory. That's enough already. How long do you want to stay weeping? I struggled to get out of his hold. The God of Order released me immediately. I eyed him in defiance. He released me so quickly. Wasn't he afraid I would continue to plant suggestions in those mortals? He sighed in exasperation and said, just do whatever you want. Like a weary person dealing with a spoiled child. I'd just stop you again if you do something dangerous. Do you think I'd be grateful? I won't.
A bit of a blip there, but okay. We're done with 2 chapters. Let's bump it to 3. Let's check if there's an author's note. The story's so close to 10k. Alright. Alright. Let's continue. Chapter 19. Okay, I'm back. Sorry for a little bit of a screening. Where's your person ASMR character not just recording? It's a miracle. Oh, thank you, Magister Jericho. Thank you so much. And hello, welcome to the Leaves. My name is the Bloodman, aka Agachu/Emission. Representing Kanza Insider right now because we need to do some ASMR reading. Hey, I want an actual person ASMR character, not just recording. It's a miracle. Well, I'm gonna be recording some ASMR on YouTube though, but I still continue ASMR reading before I even launch that. So looking forward to it. So thank you so much again, Magister Jericho, for having me here, and keeping me company. A um, little bit interrupted right now because someone was just screaming on my left ear, and it's just separated by just a window here. I just had it separated by some small gap because there's Ethernet cables there, but hey, that gave me an alert because it's raining as fuck here. So okay. Oh no, I mean stuff. Half the Twitch channels are just loops of the same stuff. Oh, okay. But hey, at least you get an actual ASMR that is literally someone just ASMR reading and stuff. So, anyway, hope you keep your company and enjoy the rest of the. I hope you had a great. Hope you have a great day. It's a bit raining in here, so you just had to hold out for a bit longer. But hey, we just had chapter 19 going on here, out of 28, so we're almost done. We're almost on a 20s on in terms of chapters. So it also has chapter 20 overall. So if you want to read along with me, it's already on the pinned chat. Go check it out. So yeah. So we previously had chapter. Yep, good stuff. I'll be lurking while you read. Gonna do some voice and stuff. Okay, thank you. Hope you can also be healed by a womanly voice, I guess, because this is actually the first time I'm gonna be full on ASMR reading with a female voice, so a bit nervous, but let's just get to it. Of course, before I could proceed any further, for those new viewers, new followers, my apologies if it disconnects randomly. Intel QuickSync H264 is interfering much here. I probably might have to get a separate laptop, maybe several months later. Oh, maybe a bit more high end than the one Emmy uses, but hey, Emmy has a bargain over here, and it's like more conventional than the last one I had, which is the Travel VP. This is an Aspire 3 2022 edition. Hey, good stuff. It's raining outside now, so hey, let's continue with chapter 19.
My health deteriorated after my great escapade. The God of Order said that it's because my soul left the protection of my body for such a long time, and that I used my hypnosis forward just a limited power for my soul. He solemnly scolded me for quite a long time, and I had been lying weakly on my bed. Even till now I could barely get off my bed. I took a brief look at the novel in my hand and threw it across my room. Did you think I can't tell it's a story based on that stupid raid show? I murmured. I tried to grasp another novel from the stack, but it was too far from me. I struggled again, but I had to lay back down to take some rest. With a tiny sigh, the God of Order handed me another novel. It's the third one. If you don't want to read, you can do other things. He then stood up to pick up the discarded novel up and returned it to the shelf. You won't be able to trick me to playing chess with you again, I said sweetly with a fake smile on my face, and then I ignored him once again. After my escape, the God of Order refused to leave my side. Since I had to stay on my bed most of the time, he stayed in my room at the bottom of the lake to guard me. Once after reading a very boring story, he suggested playing chess with me. I was not that uneducated. I knew how to play chess. I even entertained the thought of beating him. So the thoroughly bored me made the wrong mistake of playing with him. We had 10 matches. I lost all 10 of them at a lightning fast speed. I would never play with him again. Suddenly, intense pain took hold of me and I began to cough. Here we go again, I thought. I covered my mouth with a handkerchief and very quickly it was soaked with blood. The god of water stood by me and gently patted on my back to soothe my wheezing and coughing. When I recovered, I pushed his hand away in annoyance. Stop pretending it's all your fault, I mumbled as I flopped back down onto my bed. All energy seemed to have drained away from my body. As I have said, it's because your soul left your body for longer than you're supposed to. And you even used your power in a body not even yours. Your soul is injured. If it's not for your spell on my soul, would have suffered as much. I smiled sarcastically. After a few seconds, he finally said, I admit it has a factor to your current situation. I snickered. So put away your holier-than-thou attitude. You are no different than the other gods. I curled my hair with my finger. You don't have to stay here. I can't even swim up the door without coughing my lungs out. Even if I can, you can always track me down and destroy my soul, I thought. Lines appeared between the eyebrows of the god of water. My smile widened and tilted my head. Why are you having this expression? Isn't that the truth? Is it because I exposed the ugly truth hidden deep in your heart? As I said, I never planned to set that spell into motion. I chuckled. If that's the case, why did you put me on me in the first place? Just admit it, god of water. I stared at the god, but he refused to say anything. Losing interest, I returned to my novel. They won't let you go. At last the god of water finally opened his mouth. Pardon? I raised my eyebrow. They refuse to let you go alive unless I pull a spell. I put a spell on your soul. I put down the book I'm holding and asked, you think it's any better now? The fake smile I had on my face finally disappeared. Look at me. Do you think it's better now? The god of water refused to open his mouth once again. At last he sighed. At least you're alive. Hysterical laughter bubbled up on my throat. At least I'm alive. That's not what alive feels like. Look at Cecil and other people, then look at me. I'm just someone physically alive, but am I even living out of life? I don't even have a future. I am just stuck here day in and day out. I took a break to recover from the shortness of breath. Why do you save me? I asked. Why? Why do you have to save me? I screamed with my hoarse voice towards the end. Just because of your plastic coat of water? It's all just because you don't think we deserve to die. You had to do everything and you might just say just one. Then your guilt would be appeased. Am I right? I cried hysterically. The god of water looked stricken. No, don't try to deny it. I stared at him in anger. Another fit of coughing seized me as I coughed out more blood. The god of water leaned down to try to soothe me down, but I pushed him away. Lorelei! He raised his voice. I glared at him through my eyelashes. Why?
Stop by 1 second. Okay, I'm back. Sorry. Sorry, it took a while. But hello, TomTom 600,000. Welcome to this stream. Welcome to the Leaves. I hope you enjoy your time here, and hopefully you're healed. So let's continue.
I glared at him through my eyelashes. What? I asked through my blood-filled mouth. He sighed again as he tried to pat my back to soothe my coughing fit again. Once his hand touched my back, power seeped into my body. The coughing died down and the pain inside my body slowly ebbed away. The gods are in the wrong, the god of water said. They shouldn't have driven your species into extinction. They started all of this. They invaded your land. They started the war. I stayed silent. At that time, the other gods instigated all kinds of wars into the mortal worlds. They created famine and droughts. Mortals were dying. They tried to tie me down. The god of water said coldly without hiding the despite and distaste in his words. So here comes the excuse, I chuckled. I don't care why he couldn't save my kind. Even if he saved us then, so what? The war between you gods and us beasts will appear sooner or later. You shouldn't have saved me. I just saved me out of your own selfishness. And now I suffered. He sighed and said with bone-deep weariness, Yes, I saved you because of my own selfishness. Gods are selfish bunch, haven't you learned by now? He covered my eyes. Sleep now, Lorelei.
Okay. We'll probably have a little bit of a nutshell this one, so probably a bit of a summary. But this kind of like summarizes that what he did to Lorelei was essentially on his own circumstance, even if Lorelei says otherwise, or rather the mermaid or the beast. So, but I don't know, maybe there's some kind of like connotation between those two that I'm not even sure about unless we read the full story. Now that's because of that, so let's go ahead and go over to chapter 20. So we're 4 chapters this time. Yes, sir. We're not stopping there. So chapter 20, 4th chapter of the stream. Let's go. Do we have a thought? Do we have an author's note? We don't have an author's note. Okay.
Just like all my previous outbursts, when I woke up, both the god of water and I pretended like nothing had happened and continued on with our lives. It had been like these past 3,000 years and would continue on in the future to come. For once, since my escape, the god of water had left my room. Weird. But maybe he finally realized that I really could not have left my room. Even if I did, I was pretty sure a blood trail would follow me. I continued to read the novel in my hand when the god of water appeared with a delicate dress and a ribbon in his hands. I raised my eyebrows skeptically and then smiled. Are we going to play dressing up? He paused and then said, We're going out. You mean leave the bottom of the lake and go to the surface of the lake? I asked with sickly sweet tone and my smile went, Why, so we're really playing house. We're going out, he repeated again in his calm voice. Just
Okay, we budge. Back one. Let's go back one paragraph.
we're going out. He repeated again in his voice. Just change. Then he disappeared from my room. I rolled my eyes. Was I wrong? Where else can we go? I muttered. My hands fingered the dress on my bed. Well, at least it's quite a pretty dress. The god of water brought me dresses once in a while, just like the novels he brought me. I couldn't possibly wear the same dress for 3,000 years, just not like the first time he brought me clothes. After changing into the dress he put me and braiding my hair with a ribbon, I cried, I'm done, and I'm not swimming into the surface. If you want me to die, just tell me. Who asked you to swim to the surface?
Okay, we're back again. Somehow. Okay, let's rewind let's rewind a few lines.
Who asked you to swim to the surface? He asked nonchalantly as he appeared in my room. Together with the appearance of the god of water, something also appeared in my room. A chair with wheels. I asked as I was taking the wooden thing in front of me. A wheelchair, answered the god of water. He asked. He walked towards me and clasped as a pendant around my neck. I tried to pull it off, but before I could do anything, he carried me off my bed into the wheelchair. I realized it became less gentlemanly these days. I picked. The god of water, of course, did not return my teasing. With a turn of his hand, a blanket appeared in his hand and placed the blanket on top of my tail. The blanket was hugely covering my whole tail. To those looking at me, I just looked like a normal girl sitting in a wheelchair. With this wheelchair, I don't have to swim. I can see that. But where can I go? I chuckled. To a tiny garden with silver leaves? I could feel the water spells around the pendant the god of water clasped around my neck. The spells could allow me to stay on land for an extended period of time. No. The god of water replied bluntly. Be nice. He patted on my head once and then he covered my eyes. When his hand was removed from my eyes, we're in an alley. People were walking on the avenue next to the alley. Well, where are we? The town the beasts are residing now? I asked, my voice quivering. I didn't think this was the beast's town. There wasn't even a scent of my kind in the air. A town close to the capital of the empire, the god of water said calmly. I closed my eyes and giggled. I must be losing my mind. I even hallucinated about leaving my prison. Didn't you say the only side effect was becoming weak for a couple of years? You didn't mention any hallucination. You are not hallucinating. We're in a town close to the capital of the empire. You want me to help you prove it's not a hallucination? He asked in a matter-of-fact manner. I opened my eyes and took a look at the scenes around me. That's fine. If it's a hallucination, let it be. At least my life will be happier. It is not a hallucination, he repeated. Be nice. Don't try to use your power. Your soul cannot handle it. He pushed the wheelchair out of the alley. I took in the scenes around me greedily. It's a town, a place different from the prison I had known for 3,000 years. I turned around and asked her a smile. Aren't you afraid of me escaping again? That's when I realized he had taken on a disguise. His hair had turned black, and the ribbon tying around his eyes has disappeared, showing a pale grayish eyes. He heaved a sigh. You can try. I'll just stop you. You don't believe me, I scoffed. You don't have to attempt another escapade to prove it to me. Please don't. He heaved another sigh. Like he was afraid a spoiled child might attempt another prank just to prove a point. I bit down a retort and returned to taking in my surroundings. I might not have another chance to take a look at the world outside my prison. I knew that why the God of Order suddenly took me out of my prison. Even if it's a trap, even if it's just me losing my mind, I didn't care. We walked along the avenues and passed through different types of stores. It's such a rich and wealthy town. Want to take a look at the dresses? The God of Order asked. No, I responded immediately. I eyed him with a sarcastic smile. You want to? Be more truthful, Lorelei, he said as he pushed the wheelchair to boutique next to us. I bit my lips in frustration. Was I that easy to understand? After that, we visited a bookstore and a shop selling macaroons. When bags began to pile up, I decided to stop playing pretend with the god. No, I smiled. Just why did you bring me out? There isn't a centipede in this town, but there's another scent. The scent of a god. Finally decided to punish me. He rubbed his temple with his fingers. I will not punish you, he stated. Leaving you alone at home proved not possible. I'll just have to bring you with me. We stopped on a road leading to a locked gate. Behind the gate was a large, exorbitant garden. Grand, rose-colored mansion stood amid the garden. We're going to meet an old friend of yours. A small teasing smile appeared on the God of Order's face. So you finally cannot stand the God of Light and his lovely Rachel, I smirked. It's about time, he said as he turned to face the grand mansion. He then placed his hand on the gate and pushed it open.
Okay. Alright. 4 chapters, 1 stream. That's quite a bit of an achievement we have thus far. I'm very, very relieved that this happened here, so... My Christ. I might have to take a beating out of this. My chest just tightened and it's already 9:26 p.m. We're already an hour in, but you know, considering how many disconnects it has, it'll be a lot short. I was just getting sucked in. Well, you can just suck in at any time. I'll have another ASMR reading tomorrow, but you can review the VOD just in case. And of course, you can take a look at the past episodes. I think over on Twitch at YouTube. I have YouTube. It's Twitch. It's youtube.com/@doublelemon. You can take a look at the stream archives I just did, or Aga ASMR. YouTube.com/@Aga ASMR. I'll link it here. So also hold on. All right, here we go. So thank you so much, Magister Jericho. Tom 60,000 and Legendary Reka. Thank you so much for being with me, and of course to all the new lurkers, the new followers, the new viewers of this VOD. Thank you so much. It's been quite an absolute pleasure to be ASMR reading yet again after quite a long time. Again, I'll be doing ASMR reading this week, strictly this week, except on on writing streams. I'll be doing that on V stream every Monday, Thursdays, and Saturdays. So please look forward to it. Also, we're not done here with it yet. We're going to be switching over to my alternative Emision, so please look forward to it. It's twitch.tv/MEEsion, so EMIISHION. We'll be coding later on, but on the alternative. But now here on mainstream, thank you so much. It's been an absolute pleasure to be able to suck in and be healed by my presence and my voice. My chest already hurts, but it's worth it. Having four chapters in one stream, that's a brand new record that we have here. Also, it's a bit early this time, so I think that also proved the point. So anyways, that's gonna be it for this stream. Thank you so much, and I'll see you later on Museum. But for now, here on main stream, we're gonna be raiding True. Okay, let's see who we gotta raid. Have reconnected, so it seems to have reconnected. So thank you so much yet again for the ASM reading. Let's send our love to Sahana VT, the featured Vitahanan member of this week. So thank you so much. I see you later on MACM. But for now, bye bye.